First or Last Gaming, sponsored by Anthony Vane.
First or Last Gaming resets. Fourth place Seattle Regionals.
You don't keep change on you.
I do. For Nate fucking bad.
Let's go!
It's time, bro.
Daniel Ramirez-Medina.
Start fingerboarding, baby. Yes, sir.
60 card Mikanko Dark World.
Nasty. What's going on, you guys? Slumpy here with First or Last Gaming. I'm showcasing my 4th place Seattle Regionals deck profile. I played 60 card Mikanko Dark World, or at least that's what I told people. It's actually technically like a Warrior Dark World type deck. Pretty much the Mikanko cards and the other cards get you to Gen and Ken, which is the main reason of playing those. But I'm going to go ahead and get to the deck profile. Before I do that, huge shout outs to my teammates Logan and Tristan, who have been supporting me since day one. They've been helping me out. A huge shout out to my team, First or Last Gaming. Huge shout out to Gem Playmats. And huge shout out to Dueling Guard. Make sure to use FOL5 for 5% off. And a huge shout out to Classy Town and all the homies in Washington. Without further ado, let's get into this deck profile. So I played 3 Genta, 3 Gates. These are consistency cards. This is how you get to the Dark World engine to keep looping and drawing more cards. 3 Rainbow. This is one of the best discards off of the Ken, because you get to special summon and you get to search. So it gets you to Gates, which gets you to a +1. Then you get to bounce. So you just get to keep looping. 2 Silva and 2 Grapha. You don't really want to draw these. You want to search these off for Rainbow, but they're not the worst to have in hand. If you have Silva plus Ken on your opponent's side of the field, you get to put 2 on bottom, so that's pretty good. And then Grapha is obviously just Grapha. Helps you make the fusion, another level 8. And then 3 Snow. This is obviously the most consistent card. This card works really well too. If you draw this over Rainbow with like Connector or Dolphin, you can special summon whatever monster you discard out of their hand or destroy out of their hand with Dolphin, so that's pretty good. 1 Cerulli for the discard combos, so you can full loop them for 5. I played 3 Dark Corridor. Obviously we're playing 60. You want to see this card. And then 1 Archives, 1 Accession. These are how you fusion, and you can like discard or draw more cards. So these are just both like you only want to see these ever once. The Accession, sometimes you discard, you add it back from your graveyard too. So that's pretty good. I played 1 Card Destruction. This actually should have been the Ceremony. I just could not find this card, so I played Card Destruction instead. I only resolved this once, and it wasn't even that good. So for Vegas Regionals, I ended up cutting this, and I finally found this. So for the Horus package, I played 3 Mseti, 1 Happy, 2 King Sark. The reason why you play double King Sark is that sometimes you hard draw the King Sark, and you want to use the Mseti, even that though you have the King Sark too, you can kind of filter the amount of cards in your deck. Plus the first one usually they get rid of if you're going second, so the second one comes up a lot. For the Warrior package / Mikanko package, 3 Gen, you want to draw this one. 2 Gen, you don't want to draw this one. The reason why you want to draw Gen is because you want to special summon Ken to your opponent's side field, so you can trigger all your Dark World cards. And then I played 3 Connector, 1 Dolphin. This is so you can look at your hand and see what you're playing around. Obviously this helps you dodge Droll. But this also shows you if you need to play around the Bureau, if you need to play around any other hand traps. So when this resolves, you pretty much just automatically win. Plus it gets you to a Soul Day as well. 1 Rhoda, obviously I played in a Warrior deck. And then for the Mikanko cards, I played 3 Ohime, 1 Hare, 2 Water, 1 Reflection Rondo, 1 Mayawisha Dori. So this package obviously should have been with this. I just could not find this card, so I was just using the Ohime and putting it on bottom of Surja, or discarded for cost Dolphin after resolving it. Ohime is really good in this deck because if you have the Dark World cards, this doesn't discard for cost. The other cool thing about the Mikanko engine is that with the Hare, you can search Reflection Rondo and you can Snatch Steal, take their Cerulli, and then bounce the Cerulli back to your hand. The water is also really good because if you open the just the rainbow, you can search Silva, special rainbow from graveyard, and then use water to bounce it back to your hand, and then special summon Hare, and it gives you another warrior. And then it searches the snatch steal, and it just helps you get into the combo. There's a lot of different lines with all this. Huge shout out to Logan for actually telling me about the Mikanko cards last minute. And then for the Fire Warrior engine inside the deck, 1 Fire Flint Lady, 1 Raydod, 1 Durandal. And then I main decked the 3 Impulse and 1 Fire Attacker. This is really good on your opponent's turn because you can obviously search and discard like Snow or Rainbow, so you get more advantages. Helps you play a little bit more around Droll because you can play on your opponent's turn, and then on your turn you can play more. This is also the best search off of Isolde, because you can Isolde search Fire, or you can search Impulse, and then your opponent's turn you special Fire Attacker. This card's also just not bad to draw even if you're going first. Because you off of Isolde you just search one of these instead. You use it as discard fodder. And if you Gen and special summon Ken to their side of the field, you can trigger Impulse as special Fire Attacker, so that way you have another body. Impulse is also a really good out versus Pearly, because if they have Noir, you can normal summon. They have to put this on bottom, you chain it, you special, and now it's affected, so you can pop it with Grapha. You don't have to worry about it being unaffected. And then for the non-engine, I played 2 thrusts, 2 talents, 1 change of heart, and 1 mind control. If you draw talents, change of heart, or mind control under Droll, this is another out. To be able to make the Acid Golem lock, because you're able to Gen and then Ken onto their side, and then you can take it, they discard another card under Droll. You can make Acid Golem, you make Geonator transfer, and then you can give it to them, and then it turn skips them, and then on your turn you can play. So essentially you have what is it, like 8 plays to play under Droll, which are these 4 plus the Connector Dolphin. On top of that, you also do have the Impulse on your opponent's turn, so it's essentially another 3. You just have to really you have to sequence correctly when you're playing against a lot of decks. For the extra deck, 2 of the Graphic Fusion. This is because when you do the full combo, you want to set the quick play spell and keep Graphic in your hand. So if your opponent sets one, you can still activate the quick play spell on your opponent's turn, special summon this, discard the Grapha, and pop it. Also, popping on your opponent's turn makes it so you don't get Typhoned. 1 Giant Trainer, 1 Galaxy Photon Lord, 1 Acid Golem. Acid Golem was for the lock. Did not play Dugaris because I only play like 3 level 4s, and all the level 4s I have in my deck, I want to use it in graveyard. I don't want to Dugaris into it. Played 1 Isolde, obviously the best card. This card needs to be banned. It's so good in this deck. You can send the Mikanko equip spells, and then you can Maui Shidori to special summon back, so you get a lot of bonus value off of this. If you draw 2 equip spells, you can send 1 and then special Raynod, and then search Fire Flint Lady, and then just special one Mixeruja. SP, this is another warrior. This is one of the other ways I would make a Solde. I would either make a Solde with this and something else if I got like Impermed on like Connector, or you can make one of these 2 because these are both warriors. So these can both go into a Solde as well, which came up a lot. And then I played Security Dragon, Akashic, and Transfer. All 3 of these are ways that you can recycle the Ceruli, but the Geonator Transfer is also really good because you can do the Acid Golem lock, and then it shuts them out. So if you get Drolled, you pretty much just Acid Golem lock them. And then 1 Muckracker, 1 Unicorn, 1 Saruja, 1 Appaloosa, and 1 Underworld Goddess. Underworld Goddess is a problem card. It's also a card you can make under the Muckracker effect where you're locked into Fiends. And then for the side deck for Seattle, I played 3 Droll, 2 Nib. I played 3 Xyz Encore, 3 Hate Runade. This is so I could OTK my opponents. Or it was enough to where I could, like, there were times where if you have to use Coach King or combo and you bounce, you just hand loop them, still go in second. So even bouncing either back or like against Rescue Ace and then just hand looping them is still really good. And then 1 Paker-Tops, 1 Call By, 1 Feather Duster, and 1 Eradicator. I only drew Call By once. I drew Paker-Tops once. I searched both of these off of Thrust. So overall, it was pretty good. For Vegas, the what I changed is I cut the Xyz Encores, I cut the Pinkertops, the Call By, the Hate True Nades. So I cut all this, and I played the third Nibiru. I played 3 Phantasme, 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Jewish Worm, and 1 Magna. I also actually cut the draws for Vegas. This is because it was pretty much like I only wanted to side in cards when I went second. If I went first, I feel like I was comfortable. The only card I would side going first was I would side an Eradicator and maybe like one of the hand traps if I needed to, and I would side out 2 Impulse. But other than that, thank you guys so much for the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions, comment down below. I'll try to respond as soon as possible. Other than that, this is Slumpy Slumping out.
It was good.
You don't keep change on you.
I do. For Nate fucking bad.
Let's go!
That's crazy.
Oh,
we're
fucking bad.
Hey, bro. Hey, we're gonna double up on that, bro. Just for you, bro. Hey.
Bro, I got another one.
Yup. The same thing. The bad bit. Oh, it bounced in.
It's meant to be.
Alright, Nate. This one's for bitch number 3.